Today we're here in the home of Diana Lee Carey in Metuchen and her husband Troy Carey, and very excited. We are beginning the deconstruction of the house. We're removing many of the items from the existing house to save and put into the new house. We're going to the existing house will be gone down to the foundation. A lot of the materials are going to be recycled, which was very dear to Diana.
I've maximized every inch of this house as it is, but it's still run out of space, which is how we've gotten to the level that we are. But I was sad about losing the character and the feel of Metuchen. I came to this house and I came to this town for this old house feeling. That's my style, that's what I love. And so that's why I've gone to Susan to help me recreate.
Diana originally called me, I think she found me on the internet, and when I first met with her, I sat down at her kitchen table and she had sketches, elevations, notes. The sketches were cut and pasted and taped over the other drawings, and she had such an energy. It was born out of like sheer frustration with the process she had been through. But at the same time, she had such a drive to get to where she wanted to be.
I have a 4-year-old right now. It's very difficult because I'm health concerns with that, which is why it became a total tear down. I didn't want to leave something existing that wasn't going to be healthy for her. I'm very concerned about everything she comes into contact with. So this is the best way to do this, is to go all the way, get everything done once, so that I'm not tearing down walls or renovating anything in the future.
So we're packing up to start the tearing down of the house.
Up against the windows are some stained glass windows that we purchased for the new house. That's been the goal of this project all along. We can head upstairs and see what it was. The houses from the 1920s, the families required a lot less space. When we bought the house, it was a mother-daughter. So this was a separate apartment upstairs that was being rented separately. As my life has expanded, I have been expanding the house and maximizing it as best as I can, but we have now finally run out of space. So my goal was to come up with a house that looked like my house with an addition. However, it's all from scratch. As I worked with other architects, they just wanted to pull something off that already existed. They wanted to give me something that was easy for them, that seemed to meet all my requirements rather than what I wanted. Everybody was willing to build me a home. Nobody was willing to build me my home.
And she had a vision of her home, and she had taken these drawings and cut and pasted them to try and illustrate to me what she wanted.
I had a bunch of ideas. They pretty much all stemmed out of all of the things that I've done to reconfigure the existing structure. This was one of the first things that we did to get more space in the existing house. Was this wall had been completely closed and we opened it up to make it attic storage. I knew what I ran into in places. I knew when things were too tight or too small, or where I would have just had the perfect closet or storage space if I had had 2 more feet or 3 more feet one way.
I immediately agreed to do the project.
I made sure I picked materials to make the house look like it's always been here. Old recycled brick on the outside, stained glass windows in the staircase that we recovered from an old Episcopal church. The garage is being packed with all the stuff that we're stripping out of the house to recycle. So we've got the entire kitchen, the granite countertops, clawfoot tub, everything that we can take off that's in good shape is going in the garage. And then we will be using hardy backer to replicate the wood and the shaker shingles rather than going with a vinyl siding, to keep everything period, and while enjoying the new efficiencies of the better materials that have come along in 100 years.
She was frustrated because she had so many ideas and so many wants and desires and such a goal and vision of home, and couldn't figure out how to get there. Nobody had seemed to be willing to really delve in and consider what she truly wanted in a home.
It was her openness, and it was her true desire to want me to have my house, to be happy, to be this happy, to talk about it to the world. I mean, I want to shout it from the rooftops, because she wanted me to have my house, and she always made that very clear.